So good morning. Welcome to another edition of Digital Coats of Paint. Give me a moment to put the presentation up. Brett, let me know when you guys can see my desktop, okay?
Okay.
So I'm apologizing in advance. I'm a little bit groggy today. My allergies have been wreaking havoc with my nose and throat this week. So yay spring. All right, let me know when it shows up.
Yep, can see ya.
Awesome, great. All right, let's get this PowerPoint on the road here. Okay, so what we want to review today, guys, is Monday's Ask the Expert call. Covered a lot of material. The first portion of that had to do with social media. And also there was a portion in the training that covered geofencing. Just to give you guys a heads up, today we're just going to cover the digital updates portion of the Ask the Expert session. We're going to cover actually the social media portion next week. And in addition, anyone who was on the call might recall that Tina mentioned that the geofencing will probably be covered in more detail. There were a lot of questions about it, and it sounds like it's going to be a future Ask the Expert session. So when that happens, we'll probably go into more detail about some of those changes to geofencing, or I should say more additions to it. So today, we just want to cover the digital updates. We want to talk about some of the new ad placements that are now going to be available to us that are pretty cool, actually, that I think you guys would be happy with. Some of the local.com targeting capabilities. A spreadsheet was distributed and discussed. I have copies of it. I will email it out, and Brett will email it out to the teams. We're going to talk, there's an updated rate card out there. Now, we'll show you just a sample of it. It is out, according to the training, it is out on World Class Sales University and also Salesforce, but we'll go over that. We're going to talk about the sticky video, which is another new ad unit. And then there's also new updated links to the Wiki and Ad Showcase, and we'll just talk about those two. And of course, we'll all go over questions. So this might be a short session today, but we're hoping that you guys all have some questions, and maybe towards the end, we can discuss anybody who might have some wins they want to share. So, all right, ad placements. So they've made some changes to the photo galleries that are embedded in articles only. So if you've got an article that's showing up and there's a photo gallery attached, there's actually a new companion ad that will show up to the right of that article gallery. This is actually replacing an existing 300 by 250 space that it sounds like there were some issues with viewability. And this new this new ad placement will help improve that. So it's going to be a 300 by 250. Again, it's on the side. I'm going to open up a live example for you guys. Brett, let me know if this actually works. I'm concerned it's just going to kick me off. So give me just a second. I made a, oh, there it goes. Hey, it worked. Yay. Small miracles. All right, do you guys see that small business barometer ad? That's going to be next to the, well, that actually is the ad that's running in the article, but when you click on the actual article itself, do you see how that small barometer ad now moved to the right of the actual gallery? Right now we're in the gallery, and that ad is sticking. What they said is that ad should stick for about 4 or 5 slides. So again, that's increasing and improving the visibility of the ad. Before, it was actually changing the ad with every photo. And, you know, like, as we all do, when we're browsing through photo galleries, you're kind of clicking fast. You're not necessarily going. So it kind of hurt the visibility of that ad space. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay. So a nice space that we can add to our, offerings to our customers. The next new ad placement, this is actually really exciting, guys. We now have ability to sell IAB billboards on audience extension. Now, it's a little different than what we normally have on our sites. It is still a 970 by 250, but there is no leave behind. And you can include it with other standard ad sizes. It is a different CPM, but It also will only serve on the sites through MediaMath that allow that size ad. So there are probably some sites out there that are not going to allow that size ad just based on their own structure. So again, it's only going to serve on those sites that allow that type of ad unit. And let me get to the pricing. Does everybody understand that one? So we can do an IAB billboard. It's going to be impression, so it's not going to be, you know, like a takeover like we have on our own sites. It's going to be more of just an impression, but still, it's a nice, good size ad unit that we can offer our customers. And the breakdown in pricing goes like this. So if you're doing DMA and Geo, it's $20 CPM. If you're doing DMA, Geo plus one, persona or behavior targeting or one additional targeting, we're looking at 30. Multiple, including whitelisting, will be 30. And then this is one I know that might account for some of us that are already using search retargeting or proposing search retargeting. It's $25 CPM for site or search retargeting, or site and search retargeting, I should say. So the recommendation is that to sell this billboard with all other ad sizes to ensure the scalability, and again, this ad is not available across all publishing sites in the MediaMath Exchange. Okay, great new unit. And again, when you're doing your pricing, you know, if you want to factor in using this ad size, just use, you know, this CPM as a basis for maybe adding in some additional bump to your customers' campaigns. Okay. Another new ad placement is, it's actually an improvement to an existing ad placement. The mobile web ads, 320 by 50s and 300 by 250s, are now going to be flex positions. Now, normally on the mobile sites, you're going to see that those type of ad units are kind of set. You know, for example, especially that 320 by 50, it's usually in the bottom or the top. It's kind of set in place, and it stays with the pages you're scrolling. Basically, now we're having some flex positions to allow more visibility. So all placement, it's going to be top, bottom, and in article and section fronts. So you're actually going to see this ad unit a lot more. And in terms of like ads themselves, new article placement, the ads are going to show up about every fourth paragraph. So really what this is just doing is increasing the visibility of those 320 by 250, or excuse me, 320 by 50s and 300 by 250s. So going to get a little bit more, you know, bang for the buck for our customers. Okay. All right. Local.com targeting capabilities. This actual spreadsheet is available on Salesforce, the library, and the World Class Sales University. It is outlined by the platform, and basically this is just a way for us to understand how to drive our display performance and help our customers reach their best customer. And it's working to set up first-party data. So again, this is a new targeting capability spreadsheet. We will send this out to you guys so you can see. And this is just an update to an older one that some of us might already have. Okay. Updated rate cards. We've got some updated rate cards. I did look for these on both Salesforce and World Class Sales University. They may not be loaded yet, but the new updated rate cards are going to reflect that IAB billboard rate for audience extension, and also some of the other, you know, units. So just keep an eye out for that. If I get a copy, or if Brett or I find a copy, we will get it out to you guys ASAP. If I notice they're not there by tomorrow, I'll shoot an email over to Nick Kroll. I know that sometimes Nick Kroll, his team has, especially for local rate cards, has you know, ability to send us something. So we'll get to the bottom of it. But if you do go to Salesforce and World Class Sales University, there are links to get to our rate cards. Okay. Sticky video. So sticky video is video content in the hero module. And it stays at the top or bottom of the page in view as the user scrolls. So basically what this is, it's a video ad. And you may have come across this on other sites you visited, where as you scroll up or down the page, the video unit actually stays on the right. It will stay with you. So it moves up and down the page as you move up and down the page, hence it's sticky. This actually is going to help really increase our pre-roll visibility with these ad units. And this isn't available yet. It is in deployment. So we're looking at this being possibly available towards the end of April, which is next week, or beginning of May. We'll get more word out to you as soon as we find out that it's available, but that is a pretty cool option for us as well, as having this sticky video, video unit available. Updated ad links. Everybody, I'm going to email this out along with that capability spreadsheet. These links are very important because they are replacing the links that are there. The links that used to be available for the GeoWiki, the Gannett ad showcase, and the ad specs page are dead links now. So these are the new hyperlinks that you need to use. I will email them out, and it's really important, especially for the GeoWiki. If you click on the old one, it's not going to work. So please use this new link. They've kind of reformatted it so it's more specific for Gannett. It used to say USCP knowledge source. Now it says Gannett knowledge source. So I will get these out, and Brett and I will get these out to you guys today if you don't have them already. Okay. And again, this is a brief one. We just wanted to cover some stuff. So first off, are there any questions? And then what we'd like to do is maybe open up the floor for anyone to tell us about some success stories from the last couple of weeks. Maybe you can share with the team, what your customer was, what your goal was, and if it was a successful sale or presentation, maybe you can share what made that a successful presentation or sale. So are there any questions about the material that we covered?
Hey, Scott, I got a quick question. I'm not sure if we're going to know this or not, but just for the IAB billboard on site and search retargeting, is that for are those blended options in there? So the $7 CPM or whatever for site and search, if you add an IAB billboard, is that just going to be blended into?
I probably would keep it separate. So for example, if you're running maybe 100,000 impressions on a search retargeting campaign, I would just kind of separate it out. And again, because it's not serving on all of the media mass sites, maybe separate out, knowing that the CPM is much higher, maybe put aside 25,000 of those impressions for this IAB billboard, or think accordingly. I would definitely separate it out.
Okay. Well, I just want to know, because I'm sure we're going to probably get that, because it's a really good ad unit size for.
It is. Yeah, it definitely is.
We've got site and search that are out there, and probably having that add-on is going to be really good, beneficial. But we'll see. We'll get a more of a breakdown. See if we can get a breakdown from Jeannie if we add one of the IAB billboards to one of our campaigns, and see how they perform versus the other ones. So that's a really cool feature that we can have now. With those capabilities. So.
I think my strongest suggestion to everybody is just do not sell it as a standalone. It was brought up during the Ask the Expert training and again today that really it needs to be something that's in addition to the other ad sizes that you're selling. Because again, the standard audience extension ad units are serving across desktop, mobile, and tablet. This is only going to really be showing up on desktop. So keeping that all into mind, it's not something I recommend as a standalone. Okay, any other questions, guys? All right. We're going to go ahead and open up the floor for any wins. We'd like to hear from you guys. It's been a little while since we've done this. Well, I think we did talk to Libby about the video sale. But I'd like to open up for other wins. So feel free to unmute yourself and let us know, let us know what's been going good.
Come on, guys. One of you guys got to say something about the last 2 weeks at least. I'm sure there has been some opportunity or something out there that we've uncovered. I want you guys. I mean, I can think of some things off the top of my head, but
Steve, do you want to share about your pay-per-click sales successes? Steve sold a couple good 6-month pay-per-click campaigns. Anything you want to share on those, Steve?
Yeah, they came back to back, which was nice. I don't know. It was just a process of showing them the search volume for their business in the area, showing them that their competitors are active in what I'm trying to get them to do. And then, like I said in the meeting yesterday, it was really just, I really felt that it was just the passion that I had for the product that pushed them over the edge. So
that's good. That's
right.
Great, Steve.
Steve, I know that you do a lot of prep and plan before you go in, and I think that really helps you. Like you mentioned, you had that confidence when you're walking in the door, and I think everybody getting that prep and plan done beforehand, it just helps you in so many ways. You feel like you've really got a handle on knowing a little bit more about this business. You're not just going to walk in blindsided, and so I give you kudos for doing that kind of work ahead of time. Anybody else want to share anything? I know we've got a couple more floating out there, I know, that are good. Anybody have anything in the works that they want to share, that they're pretty excited about?
I got a pretty cool story.
Yeah, go ahead, Jordan.
So I have this La Marsa Mediterranean Grill. They have 7 locations. We started with Facebook advertising for 4 months. And throughout the process, I've made myself readily available to help them with social media management, helping them verify pages, helping them get access to pages that they no longer had access to, teaching them how to do contests and offers and events and promotions, and really just building trust with our client and exceeding their expectations, and getting myself into a position where we could present Facebook advertising for multiple locations. And just Monday, they signed up 2 more locations. So now we're doing 3 locations for La Marsa.
Excellent.
And I can see us doing all 7 locations, throughout the next year. In addition to getting them excited about videos and getting videos on their website as an asset. So that just went down Monday, so it's pretty exciting.
Awesome, Jordan, great job. And guys, I've sat down with Jordan, and Jordan has really immersed himself in knowledge about some of the Facebook products, and actually really just using Facebook from a business aspect. And I'm telling you, walking in with that knowledge and just showing yourself as sort of a mini expert, it's awesome. So great job, Jordan. I'm sure your passion about that really led them to trust you and go with that product and the sale. Anybody else out there?
Hey, Scott, I just want to say one thing quickly on that. Yeah, good job, Jordan. Perhaps we can go over some of those things that Jordan's been talking about, with the page verifications, having the vanity link, all that type of stuff. That really gives huge credence, on our part to show and know what we're talking about. And really, when we're coming again, and I always say this, with that consultative approach, I mean, you're starting to sell without selling, and that's what really is powerful. So that's what Jordan's been doing, when he goes in and starts talking about social media. And he's giving these points and giving these little points of knowledge and wisdom, and he's helping improve their Facebook page and giving them insight so they can start understanding how to optimize their Facebook page. But I think down the road that we can probably cover that, some of those things that Jordan's been doing. I mean,
yep,
you can really give a lot of attention. The client really gives a lot of you start getting a lot of attention from the client when you can start speaking in this manner and start showing them these things. So hopefully down the road here soon we can show some of those things that Jordan's talking about with regards to their Facebook page and other social media aspects that really sell you on you being an expert, and then they'll just follow anything that you say after that and recommend because they can see what you're doing before you're even selling them something. So
I'm just trying to give them the keys so they can drive the car.
Exactly. Yeah, and it works great. I mean, seriously. I mean, every time that we go in there, I've done this personally. I've gone into and start to verify a page, and even we've had some campaigns going out there with a couple of campaigns that Geo's built, and surprisingly, they don't clean up vanity links, and they don't verify pages or correct other little small things unless you have a social media package. So just to show those things and go above and beyond, and to know those things and have them in your back pocket and pull them out and just say, hey, this is something I can sit down with you for 5 minutes and show you, and we can verify your page or clean up your link or remove a duplicate page or whatever. I mean, this really, I've done this too personally, and I mean, you immediately have all the attention now, and the client will listen to pretty much anything you do, just with small tweaks like that and small recommendations. So learning that from Jordan, and just knowing that going in, it's hugely powerful, and it really just only enhances everything you're trying to do. So we'll talk about that later down the road here on another Digital Coats of Paint, and how to really sell without selling when it comes to social media, because there's a lot of important aspects that Jordan covers every time that he goes out there and sells social media and Facebook, and the client has your divided attention at that point, will really follow you into anything after you show them a couple of things on how to improve their Facebook page.
Well, I know next week we mentioned that we're going to be covering the social media packages that were discussed on Monday's Ask the Expert. And the reason I think we need to cover that next week is just to kind of give you guys another overview. I know we've got a couple new offerings, with both, Pinterest and LinkedIn and Instagram. So we want to go over the pluses of those packages that were discussed. And so maybe that's something we can even discuss in next week or in the week after. So I think that's really important. I agree with you definitely, Brett.
Yep, absolutely. We'll do that. We'll get those out there. Yep, go ahead, Scott.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's extremely powerful, and I think everyone needs to learn these little tweaks and little improvements, because it really gives credibility as a expert in the field. So
I do want to make one recommendation, and again, I know that we're giving these guys some pointers, some tips, but I think it's really important also too, that especially for some of these businesses, we got to kind of also give them the kind of put the power in their hands too, in terms of, I know some customers, it seems like a good idea, we'll just do their business page for them, or we'll claim it for them. The only thing I would just be hesitant on that is because the minute you do that for a business is you create or build their page, their business Facebook page for them, is then all of a sudden you become the monitor of that page. And so we want to just kind of keep that, in my just opinion, again, we need to keep that distance, and we need to put that power back on the customer so we can direct them and show them how easy it is to do, but it also still has to be their page. So I know I've had a couple of situations where customers asked us to do that for them, or even that a rep may have helped set that up for them, but I think it's really important for us to teach them. So that's just my 2 cents. Take it for what it's worth.
No, absolutely. There's a fine line.
With my client, he's on his own computer, and he's got his hand on the mouse, and I'm basically pointing and letting him shoot, just giving him direction and advice and consulting. So he's the one that's actually doing everything, so he knows how to do it in the future. Because if you take the lead and start doing some of this stuff, they're not going to learn how to do it themselves.
Exactly.
That's not what you want. You want them to be able to do everything.
Yep, good approach, Jordan, because that's exactly right. Just, it gives them the power. And not to mention, too, their hesitation might just be because they think it's really difficult, and it's not difficult at all.
And once they get excited and they know what to do, and what we're talking about works, it just builds up that trust and that credibility, and they want to do more. But, I don't do a lot. Maybe it's a 15-minute consult, because there's really just so much that you can teach them that it gives you the opportunity to come and meet with them the following week or the week after. You don't have to give them up all your secrets at once. You can give them a few tricks at the very beginning to like build up that trust and get the contract signed, and then let him know, or that client know, that you're going to be a dedicated, support like throughout, like you're providing your insights and consulting throughout the the length of the contract to help them with their objectives, and et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So just build up that trust.
Well, again, thanks, Jordan. And, in the future, we might even have you lead that session for us as well. So maybe this might be something that we'll have you kind of take over the digital code of Jordan. So, okay, guys, anything else you want to share? We're coming up on about 8:26, so we might be able to close up shop a little early today. Anybody want to share anything else? All right. Well, thank you again for joining us. And if you have any questions, of course, please always send message or email to Brett and I. And we will send out the forms as well as those links. And please just, on your browsers, replace the old Wiki link with the new Wiki link as soon as possible. Thanks again. Have a great morning. Stay dry. I know it's a pretty wet one out there. Brett, anything you want to add before we end up?
Nope. I think we covered it all.
Awesome.
We'll look forward to the new to the other digital codes, and hopefully we can start to give you some of those little insights to each one of the products, so we can become more of an expert on that. But I think we're all taken care of right now. So thanks again for everyone for joining, and we'll talk with you soon.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good morning. Bye.